What's up, everyone? Hex Manifesto here. I almost used my real name that time. That was close. Not that's a secret, but welcome to another fun school AR tutorial today. I am joined with friends, just my good friends now at this point. We are, and Tuula, because she was late today, so she doesn't get to be a friend.
Ouch.
We had some.
It is my time zone.
It was a time zone thing. Sorry. We know we said we'd start at a certain time, and then of course the only person that's really integral to the whole live streaming thing is the one we needed. So here we are. But everyone's good. I'm good. With me today, we got PKMNSnaps on my right, ShinyShinx on my left. Down below, we got Pokemon London AR, and of course Tuula The Cat. How you guys doing today?
Good.
It's been quite a day for Tuula already. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about well, first of all, I guess the overarching thing is we're gonna do some HexDex edits. Anyone who follows me will know what that is. Overarching, it's basically using a couple object graphics and some text graphics to turn your photos into what I envision seeing if we had like basically Super Saiyan scanners from Dragon Ball Z. Like we were looking at our Pokemon with like a scanner where like it's what I think I actually thought of it like shortly after Niantic talked about like going into business. Like I guess at the time the option would have been Google Glass, but now I know they've since acquired other companies to do this with. But when they started talking about AR glasses, like this is what I thought maybe we'd see something like where when we see a Pokemon in the wild or whatever from a raid or for an encounter, we would, instead of just seeing the Pokemon there with like just the simple CP over its head, maybe we'd get like a full readout of like, because all the info's stored, upon egg or upon encounter, like it knows what moves it's going to have already. It knows what its IVs are going to be. That's all locked into the game file. So it wouldn't be a stretch to see all that before you even catch it. So it would be a cool thing to like see. And yeah, so we'll be making those edits, and at the same time, the skills used to make those are transferable to a lot of different things. Everything from as simple as adding your watermark or like just a little icon for yourself if you're someone who does that, all the way to multi-mon and adding any additional
quick
images.
break. Hex, someone just mentioned you can't hear you on stream, and I don't know why.
That sounds like a technical issue for
on my end, yes. Before you continue talking, we should fix it.
So she'll work on that. And
I have no idea why, because it was working just fine last time and I didn't change anything.
But yeah, so
let me quickly check.
Things you'll need, I guess. We'll go over that real quick. If you want to do an actual like a HexDex edit like I do, first of all, the biggest challenge and what I first needed to acquire myself was I wanted some type of futuristic lens looking image to overlay, so I'd have somewhere to put all this information. I didn't really find anything I liked online, especially anything that was actually free use, because people don't do crap for free, which is understandable. So I had another AR photographer, we all know, Pop Pump Pokemon, actually made the image for me. So that's where I got that little overlay thing, which if anyone watching this in the future ever wants to see or wants to use it, I have no qualms with sharing it. It's just a file I have on my computer and I can send it via whatever. Well, not Instagram, we already know that, but to keep its translucent background, I have to email it to you or something. But anyway, the other things you'll need to have are just basic stats. The thing, I mean, you could technically make up the stats. Well, one of the things I really love about the HexDex edits is that the stats on the picture are the exact stats of that Pokemon. So you really are making it a little more personal to yourself. I mean, sure, you could go in and just say every Pokemon you do a HexDex that it's a 100 IV, perfect stats, max level, and just lie. But I like doing it for all different types. I do use it sometimes to flex a hundo
Thanks, Shinx.
something, but I also use it to just, I mean, that's what it is. If it's a 7, 8, 11, that's what it's going to show on there because that's what I want it to be.
I have absolutely no idea why this is happening. Absolutely no idea because I haven't changed a thing.
Well, if they can hear you but they can't hear me, it means that you are not capturing the sound from the Zoom window.
But which is odd because I'm just sharing the Zoom window. And let me just.
So they can't hear any of us then, right? Like
most likely not. Yes.
No one else has talked except for Hex.
Yeah. Just check, but it's not about the setup actually. It's just no idea. Absolutely no idea.
Well, I guess we will.
Oh, I think I got it.
She's so smart.
I have no idea why that changed.
Can anyone?
Because I'm using the same equipment as last time. No idea.
Unmute the stream, so someone else
Maybe
that has
something updated.
Maybe.
Oh my.
But anyway,
they can hear you now.
Awesome.
I'm so sorry that I'm so messed up today.
Hi everyone. So to recap very quickly, we're doing HexDex edits. You're gonna need information on a Pokemon. You're gonna need a picture of Pokemon, ideally kind of smallish and centered, so you have enough room around it to input what you want to input. And yeah, I think we'll just dive on in that way. Everyone can see. I wish Samsung put a tab at the bottom of the new phone that brings up Samsung Pay. I'm so used to swiping up, but now when I swipe up, not my credit card information, but like the Samsung Pay app opens. That's really annoying. Anyway, we'll start with a screen share. And there's my lovely phone. So we're going to start in Snapseed, even though I've already done this. Today I'll be using this picture of my shiny Vileplume. I lucked out the other day and got a pretty sweet picture. Actually, I can just do this, turn it sideways. Pretty sweet picture in front of our children's museum. They put a bunch of inflatable mushrooms. I thought it looked really dope. So there you can see the original picture. So I just did some light editing, what I normally do, increase the structure a bit, did a little shadowing, reduced the saturation on Vileplume a little bit so it looked a little more realistic in with the other mushrooms. And that's it. So that was all done in Snapseed. I did it first so we could save some time. So what we're going to do is we're going to start in Photoshop Mix. We're going to start a new project. Let's see, a little tappy tap here. Gallery. Open from device. Find some pictures. Hope there's no incriminating evidence on the phone as always. Let's see where we're going. Snapseed.
Because if someone hasn't used Photoshop Mix, they need to log in or create an account. So maybe give me a minute.
Oh, you mean someone like you? Okay. Yes, you do need an Adobe account that's free. Ooh, don't do that. That's free to make. Anyway, this is Photoshop Mix. No one's been here before. It's a very watered down version of Photoshop for your phone. Across the bottom, you have your tools like crop, adjustment, looks, cutout, blend. Most of it's what any normal photo editing app can do. The power of Photoshop Mix comes from this button right here in the middle of the picture that looks like the little plus arrow, and that is how you add layers. Layer work is, I would say, anyone that does what I call deep edits for their AR pictures, it's mostly layer work. It's either adding an additional Pokemon, adding like a move fighting effect, like a lightning bolt or a flamethrower. It's adding a different background or a different object in the foreground, or sometimes just adding another image over it altogether. And that's where Photoshop kind of, whoops, dang it, I did it. I didn't touch it for long enough, and now it's gone. Photoshop kind of reigns supreme in that digital art world. Has for a long time. Adobe's been putting out Photoshop for years and years and years. It's a well-known name. It's an app that you can almost always know is going to open and be there for you and not bug out or be crappy. You good, Elena? Okay, so don't touch and move your thing. So first thing you're gonna do, first thing I always do is there's one drawback that I'll just tell you about so you don't find out is Photoshop Mix is limited to 5 layers. So you can only add 5 other things. So the first thing I always add is just my watermark because it's quick and easy. Another great thing about Photoshop Mix is once you have all your assets into it, you just have it on your library and you can see there's all of the assets I need to make my HexDex. Everything from the stars, if it's shiny or a hundo. I have some different versions of the thing in case I have like a really light photo or a really dark photo. So this is just something that you'll create over time. Like it when you save it in Photoshop, it creates your library for you. So there's my, my just standard watermark. Open it up, add it as a layer. You'll just ask if you want to resize your canvas. You never want to resize your canvas usually. And then this will come the second biggest tool that Photoshop Mix does. Down the bottom right corner, while you still have your layer selected, you hit blend. Once you have blend, you have many different options of how you want to blend it. They're kind of straightforward, like overlay is a straight overlay, soft light, soft light. Difference and luminosity are the two biggest. Luminosity normally will make whatever you have color black and white. And difference is kind of weird. Sometimes it just looks like that. And other times it like turns my thing blue. And I'm not even gonna lie to tell you that I know why it does that. Normally I either use darken or overlay. Usually cut it down to like 76%. And that's how I just personally like an overlaid watermark that's kind of not distracting to the eye. You're more than welcome to put however you like. Some people just, slap it on there like a sticker like that. No overlay at all. It's all personal preference. Usually do about 70-75%. And then like sometimes if the picture calls for it, if I can find like a cheeky place to put it where like my colors line up, like maybe if this was a little closer to the edge up here, I'd probably put this like that. So it's kind of like the red and the white match up with the red and the white of the mushroom. If I can find a cool place like that to put my watermark, I will. But if not, just goes down there in the corner. That's done. So you don't ever have to think about that again. Hit the little plus symbol again, bring up, and now you get to the HexDex stuff. So here's this thing that's just called new. That is the lens design that I had made. And then it's mostly just the same steps over and over and over again. We don't resize. You're going to take your HexDex. You're going to make it roughly about the size of the Pokemon. You're just going to want to make sure where the little arms go off is where we're going to be putting all the information. So you want to make sure that the lines aren't covering up anything that you might want to make sure is visible in your picture, and also that they are visible. Sometimes if this angle doesn't work, one thing you can do is just click it, flip y-axis, and just like it just literally just flips it, but it puts the arms in different spots, and sometimes that's just better for whatever picture you're working on. I think it's fine like this for mine, like here. Again, if your background is like, if it's too hard to see, you can come in here into like the overlays, and sometimes you can find one that'll darken it up some. Other ways, like how you saw, I already had some that were pre-made darker. Like that's just something I did personally, and I just brought it into Snapseed and just used the burn tool and just actually darkened it. You can see the difference. I'll show you real fast while everyone is getting to that. Like, so if like my whole image was shot on like snow or something, I would just bring that up. And obviously I don't need it for this picture because it's just way too dark, and you kind of lose some of that scanner futuristic effect. But again, you can go in and I can just overlay it. So now you can see the two different ones. One is much, I guess, crisper, you could say. You can see them side by side there. So if I was on like snow or maybe like a white building or just had a lot of real bright colors, I would bust out this other one, which I could have thought about in the future and asked if anyone needed that one, but you'll just have to deal with it. So yeah, so now we got that.
I needed that one.
Yeah.
Just so you know.
I will bundle them all and put them on the OneDrive later, so you guys can have access to them all the time.
Thank you. That's
so
nice of you.
While you guys are doing that, I didn't share these because I just was like waiting for all of us to do them would take a long time. But I will. It's something I can do that shows something else with Photoshop. So I'm using Viaplume. It has acid and solar beam, so it has a poison type and a grass type move. So I got my grass thing here. I pull it up. It's huge. I also don't want the word grass there. So I go to cutout, subtract, move a little from add to subtract, and I can just go, whoop, goodbye. See you later. That's it. I make that real tiny, like super tiny. And we're going to put that right down here on the line where solar beam's going to go. And we're going to repeat for poison, open, cut out, subtract, get rid of Facebook notifications, delete poison. See, I missed a little bit of line there. I just got to go rear with my finger again. If you accidentally cut some out, no big deal. You just go to add, bloop, put it right back. So Photoshop, along with having layer work, has a really nice cutout tool. It's not as nice as photo layers, I wouldn't say, when cutting out like whole Pokemon. Photo layers has a really good edge detector, and we went over that with King of Shinies on a previous video. But it definitely gets the job done for quick things like that you need to cut out. If you need to cut out big sections of a picture or anything else. And that just so happens to luckily be 5 layers. So that is everything. Yeah, that is everything. We'll hide the layers there. That goes in on Photoshop Mix. It is adding 4 layers, or however many you need to add, to the thing. Any questions so far? Is everyone at this general spot?
Basically, yes. Only question is that I didn't think about the typing thing. I will add it later, so maybe you can also share your drafts for this one.
Yeah, I didn't want to, well, one, because there's so many typings, I would have had to share all the little icons. I also didn't know where they were saved on my phone. I couldn't find them easily. I know they're in my phone somewhere because I have them in my library there, but I don't know where.
Yeah, sure. No stress. Just before I post it, I want to add these.
But also, I mean, I just got these. I just ripped these offline. If you just look up Pokemon typing, there's a big chart. I know.
I want them to be original HexDex.
Do all the work for you. I got it. I understand.
Yeah.
She's such a busy woman, people. You don't understand the work she puts in to her Sea of Thievings. So yeah, so what we're gonna do is just top a little icon that looks like 3 dots connected with 2 lines. That is our save. We're just gonna save a copy to the gallery. This is where if you wanted to make stuff where it says save to CC library. So if you imported your watermark into Photoshop Mix, you would just save to CC library, and then it would always be in that little CC library tab when you go to add the layers. So anything you want to use, save for the future, you just make it on a translucent background, save to CC library. It'll always be there. But for this, dang it, I waited half a second too long. Half a second too long. Touch it. I need to figure out why my thing is set to so low. Anyway, for this, all you need is a little save to gallery. results saved. Then we're going to go back into the giant folder of apps that we use for editing. And go to Phonto, which is the dumbest named app I've ever installed, but it gets the job done. When you open Phonto, you think it's broken because you just see a big blank grid. You just have to tap anywhere, and it'll ask you to load an image. I'm just gonna go load the last image we had right there. And then Phonto is really simple and really nice to use. It's all just basically tap and click, or well, not tap and click, like input and move. Basically, you hit the little righty button on the top, little pencil. And what we're gonna start with? We'll just start with I start bottom up in the right corner for information. So I actually end with species. So we're gonna put species. SP. I can spell species. And Vileplume is the flower Pokemon. So species : flower Pokemon. And then am I going to care much about what the fonts are for these? I have a couple of fonts saved. Okay, so yeah, so these are my fonts. I believe I use Exo Medium for all this. So type it in, hit done. It's going to be on your screen. We're going to first size it. Going to be small, and then you just drag it to where you want it to be. All of my info is going to be on the right side down here. Probably a smidge smaller than that. Probably like maybe like a 15 or so. Yeah. And then once it's in the corner, you go to style, right? Stroke. Stroke is the outline around the word. So I usually just pick black. If you want your stroke a little bigger, you just move the width of like 4 is usually good. Shadow we're not going to use for these. We'll use for the CP. And yeah, that is it. And then all you do, pencil again, type in your next thing. So this is where HexDex isn't the most sexy editing ever. It's really just the same thing over and over and over again. But I mean, I don't argue with the results. So it's almost like something you can do, not typing, type. I'm just going to talk while I'm doing this. So you're just going to add, in the bottom corner, you're going to add species, type, and then the name, and then we'll do all the information around it. It's almost like an editing person's way of playing with their Pokemon, almost. Like you get to know your Pokemon, you're doing this research on it, you're making something that really is a lot more personal than you know, snapping a picture, throwing it on online. I think they added these plus and minus buttons since the last time I used it too, which is really nice. Also, try to remember the size that you use, so all of your sizes are the same. The one thing I do wish they had, which I don't think the last one I used had either, was like a grid system to like snap. Whoops, I do not want to change the color of my text. So everything kind of lines up.
Don't have that. They don't have a grid system. It's really annoying.
Yeah, so when you're doing stuff like this, it's kind of annoying because you want everything to line up real nice. But for the most part, it's not like a make or break. What are we doing here? Number. I would do the Pokemon number first. It's just preference. Pretty much everything past this point is preference to just really what you want to show for your Pokemon. I mean, you don't have to put its typings, you don't have to put its name, and you could put a whole PokéDex entry if you want. It really depends on how much room you left yourself with your picture. So we're gonna shrink this guy on down. Oh yeah, that plus and minus button's way nicer though, because I'm pretty sure, has that been there and I just never noticed it? Okay.
Well, it's been there on iOS for as long as I've been using this, for like 5 or 6 years. So
the last one I had did not have that. I had to slide and get it like chef's kiss right every time, which was rough. The other thing my last one had that I love about this one is after you set, like, once you set this and move on to another font, you can go back and still change something about it. The other one, once you moved on to like another font layer, it was everything you had done previously was locked, which was quite annoying. All right, so far we got PokéDex number 45, Vileplume, type, grass, poison, species, flower Pokemon. Now we will move into this Pokemon specific stats. All these stats I'm about to put up are this actual Pokemon in Pokemon Go's stats. So I'll just start with its IV. It's a 78 IV, 12, 8, 13. And of course, this overlay, this zoom overlay is in my way. Okay. So what I say, 78. So IV 78. That's a 12, 8, 13 spread. And then I'm going to change my font here. All of my numbers around this are going to be kind of a little more computery graphic. I mean, there's, I don't know if I'd say hundreds, but there's definitely dozens of different fonts in this app that you can just kind of go through and see what you like the most.
I think they differ per at least phone or software, because I can't find Exo Medium and I'm on iOS, so it must have some specific phone specific, or maybe like OS specific.
Yeah, OS versus Android. It might even just have a different name.
True.
But yeah, I kind of go through when I started using this like 3 months ago. I just kind of went through and saw what was all kind of similar to the ones I'd used before, and just picked them out. I always, and this is again all wherever you want. Like I'm kind of set in my ways, so you don't have to. Like I have my IVs on the same one on every. I think consistency is important, just because when people are looking at your pictures, you want them to be the same, but they don't have to be the same spot I have mine in. So my IV is still a little big. I like it to fit mostly on the line, so we're probably going to drop it down to a 14. And then you just kind of see your line there and you set it right on top of it. And then it just looks like it's coming off that little arm. And yeah, so I do that, and then the rest of them are pretty easy. Well, it's just level 35. The one thing this app doesn't do that my last one did do is whatever the last app settings I had, it would save it. So like every time I do this, it would stay the same size and have the same stroke and all of that, which was nice. But this isn't. All things considered.
There's one thing you can do to kind of save stuff. So in style, when you set your style, so go back into style now with there. And the top right corner, 3 dots there. Or sorry, not the 3 dots below it, the 3 little bars, the hamburger. Hit save the style.
Okay.
And then you can just, and like, yeah, it does reset it every time, but then when you click it, you just click that style and then it'll just set that. I don't think it sets the size though.
It won't save the size,
It's just, if you use the same size over and over again, it kind of remembers, but yeah, the style will save though. Like you can save the different styles.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it saves. It didn't save the size, which is fine again. Acid.
It will eventually, which is weird, but it will eventually.
So then what do I have to click? Just click the same thing again? Oh, and just hit that.
And then just click your style.
That's a time saver. When you're doing something like this many times, that definitely is enough. So then my Vileplume has acid, which we just lined the text up, which is hard with my giant thumb because my fingers are so big. Where's my... This is why we all own these cool styluses.
I just had to hurry and go pick mine because this thing is so small and I couldn't get it in the place. So,
all right, yeah. Stylus for the win. And Solar Beam. which is 2 words. Yeah. Also, I think I usually do all caps, but I didn't this time, and I'm okay with that.
What font is that, Hex?
It is Orbitron Black.
Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay, cool.
So we'll put solar beam down here next to the leaf. And then the last little bit, this is my favorite because it's pretty. I put my CP. CP, I also use a different font. I always try to find something that's kind of like pixely. So CP 2286. And then that goes kind of big. I like to keep it roughly the same dimensions as it would kind of look like on the phone. That might be a little too big still. And then so we're gonna do style. I always make my CP match my Pokemon's typing. So this would be green text because for the grass type. The stroke would be a dark green around it. Shadow, light green. Come on, slidey things. There we go. And then, oh man, I'm gonna have to. Oh yeah, it's under tilt on this one, right? Maybe. Nope, not tilt.
What are you looking to do? Oh, slide over to
swipe it forward. I don't. Maybe I found out that this one couldn't actually do that. It's possible.
Swipe to the right, like on the 6 boxes there. You should have a second page of options. Yeah. I think it's one of the curve maybe.
Curve, yeah. Yeah, there it goes. So you kind of curve it to the just a little bit to this HexDex circle. And then I'm going to reposition it a little bit like that. Maybe a little less curve there. There we go.
How did you curve it again?
Oops, let me go back. When you have the text font style size, just swipe to the right and then you'll get curve. Guess they couldn't add that one extra one on there. They were like 6 is the max. It's the max number of buttons we can make. Yeah, the one I used to use, Texty, had like an H and Y value, so you could actually like make it kind of look like it's falling forward a little bit. But you know. You can also go into move and bring your, whoops, don't do that. Don't do what I just did. But you can bring your letters closer or further away if you think your text is off. And that's, well, my shadow is super bad. Why did anyone tell me my shadow looks so stupid? Shadow. There we go. Bring that up a little bit. Bring that alpha down. There we go. And that is basically a wrap. The only thing I don't love about this is that solar beam kind of goes over my watermark, which I just didn't think about. I should have put my watermark in the top right corner. Other than that, I'm pretty happy with it. I could probably reduce the size of solar beam a little bit and move it to the right. And it not be super as bad. And yeah, and that's it. You know, the little the little arrow in the box to save. You can save as a JPEG or as a PNG. personal preference, I suppose. If you're going to do anything with it besides just post it straight to the internet, you get to watch a little fun ad for some absolutely terrible mobile game, of course. And that's it. You're pretty much done. You can, I guess the only thing I would personally do now is, since I square all my stuff off because my angles are so wide, I'd go into Insta size and bring up my photo I just made, square it up with the photo, with the blur, with the photo, and the done. There we are. One ready to post HexDex image. How was that? How was that for y'all? That was just a lot of repetitive data input. I told you, when people ask, people have asked, not me just tooting my own horn, people have asked, can you tell me how you do your HexDex? And I always tell them the same thing. It's really not that impressive. It's really just a lot of text embedded. Oh, and I'm going to lose my thing. A lot of text embedded over your image. I do think it looks good. I'm happy with the style. I think the main love, again, comes from it being so personalized to the Pokemon you're taking a picture of. It's something that kind of, like what pictures do or capture memories, it really captures that Pokemon. And now you have something like, say, one day God forbid you ever accidentally delete something you really want to keep, or maybe it's just, maybe you did this of a shiny and then you evolved it later, but now you always have that, or you powered it up for Great League. This is how you caught it. This is how it was originally. So I think all that stuff really gives it some, I guess, sentimental value is the best words for it. Because as far as now that you've all seen, the actual editing process is not anything out of this world difficult. It's nothing compared to like doing really good multi-mon or doing like heal and dodge burn to make like Pokemon look like they're standing in grass or something like that. It's all very rigid layer work. But yeah, so with that, do you guys have any questions, comments, concerns? I will bring up, while you guys seem to still be working, he can't be here with us because he got not roped into. He's doing, I'm glad I wasn't sharing my screen. I just got the message, baby toy aisle pop up showing where one of my friends stashed Pokemon cards in a Target. My life. In his way, we all know and love King of Shinies, but he asked, is it cool if I did something different? And I said, of course. So if anyone saw his post yesterday, so this was his take on HexDex. It has all the same basic information there, but he actually put in the an actual physical kind of PokéDex-X looking object first. So that was cool. It's cool to see someone take the idea, give it their own little personal touch. It still looks great, obviously. It's a little different. This looks a little more like we were talking about. This is a little more conceptualized, like if you were to take Pokemon ARtography to like actually like what Professor Oak asked you to go do in the video games. Like, could you go take a picture and create a PokéDex, like create the PokéDex entry for every Pokemon? And that's kind of like what this is, as opposed to mine, which was, like I said, kind of like the whole scanner theme of like what Pokemon you'd be doing before. So, and like, so I don't know if this is real, but this is 100 Charizard, apparently 15, level 47.5. I don't know. It smells kind of fishy to me. I don't know anyone who'd level a Pokemon up to 47.5 before they go all the way to 50, but I'm not here to judge. I don't know how to stop sharing. But yeah, so does anyone have something they would like to share with the class? Tuula, you look so upset for some reason.
Yeah, I still feel bad because of the time thing, but That's a German issue.
Just always looking angry.
No, always
Always being late.
being on time, and then not being on time is like,
Oh, you take pride in your punctuality.
no, I'm.
Oh no.
But basically, that's just a prejudice about Germans. We are not punctual. That's not. But yeah, time zones are weird. Let's just not talk about that anymore. Never again. What I wanted to say before, it kind of felt like you made your HexDex thing a little smaller than it is, because the idea of doing something like this is what makes it special, not what kind of editing you're doing or something like that. So just having this idea of doing something like this lens thing and stuff, that's what HexDex is about. Not if you add layers or something. That's not what is HexDex. And I saw that Shinx agreed with me. So yeah, I just wanted to say that.
Thanks.
And if you want, I can share what I did so far. I'm missing the typing icons, but besides that, I think I got all the info, although I worked on PixArt and not on, what was it called, Phonto or something.
Don't ever say the name aloud. It's curse name.
Yeah, I worked on PixArt, so if you want, I can share it there.
It sounds like the legally distinct different name that you would call copyrighted Zoro's horse. Tonto. Come here, Phonto.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah. No idea why it's doing this now. Come on.
Also, anyone watching this in the future is definitely going to be asking Steve for his hair regimen. Like, look at those waves. Like, I've just been staring at waves of Steve's hair for like 20 minutes, and it's just so gorgeous.
It needs to go.
So, yeah, you can see it now. Yeah, this is my take of your HexDex theme using Snapseed and such. The size of the text isn't always the same, but I will redo it anyway with the typing icons. So, but yeah, that's what I did.
It's nice. It's really hard to look at this particular picture and not think of it as like a reticle for like a gun, like you're going Talonflame hunting.
Okay, no. Don't look at it like this. It's more supposed to be.
Weren't there birds in this picture before, or was that a different picture?
That's a different picture.
Okay.
I took a bunch of pictures, but you can see the plane in the back.
Yeah, I see
Yeah.
That was another snapshot I got that day. So I got one with birds in the back and natural lens flare, and I got this with an airplane in the back.
The government chemtrail brainwashing chemicals coming out of it. We all know it's there. It's very good. I like it. Yeah, like you said, I would have like the font on the right, like a smidge smaller.
Yeah, right. That's I just noticed when I saved the progress. So, but I will.
You maxed out a 1410 14 Talonflame, huh?
Shiny, yes. I liked the shiny, and I had.
Off. I mean, I maxed one too, but it was a good.
Yeah.
One. It was better than that.
Yeah, well, it could be worse for a shiny 14, 10, 14 isn't that bad, right?
That's really good.
That's not that bad. Yeah, and that's my work. How do I stop sharing? Nope.
You have to go back to...
Yeah, I have too many open apps, to be honest.
Ah, yeah. It was me.
No, we got it.
I was on your phone.
Yeah, that's my...
Bobby, Elena. I think Steve's still working. He's got his head down.
I don't know which is the level of my Pokemon. How can I know that?
How do you use any program to see your IVs? Like
okay.
I find mine through PokéGenie, but like you can also determine it roughly based on how much candy it costs to power up too. You can ballpark it pretty well.
How do I share my
Oh,
phone?
go to the Zoom screen and
Yeah.
tap it, and then there's a green button in the bottom middle that just says share.
Oh, got it.
I thought we've all been over this. I forgot Bobby hasn't shared before. Our first 5 tutorial videos, there's a good 5 minutes for the first person.
Let's see if I did this correctly.
Yeah, it should just
Okay.
hop on up.
So there's what I got.
Ah,
Can I turn it? That work?
yeah, you can. Boom.
It's kind of hard to see the bottom right
The arm.
bar where level 21 is. So it's possibly off there a little bit, but
Yeah, but it's good enough. I mean, you can see it all over the rock.
yeah.
Yeah, like,
So,
oh, they're all even. I was gonna say Hydro Cannon's a little high, but you really have the same spacing over all of them, so it's actually fine. It looks good.
yeah. Thanks.
I like that picture. You and your stupid water rock.
Yeah, that water rock.
Get the best water shots of anyone around.
That was fun. I went the other day to that beach, and other than the dead sea lion that washed up on the beach, it was a fun day. So
Ripping the sea lion. Of course you did. She probably got a shiny Wurmple sitting on her couch.
Yeah, she has incredible shiny luck, if you ask me.
All from her house. It's like 80% from her couch. Just sitting there, I'm just like, I look over and she's just holding her phone like this. Look at the shiny that was in my yard. Just like, do you know how many kilometers I walk every event?
She's at work.
Oh, never mind. Well, she got to work shiny then.
It looks so weird with Steve. Just seeing his hair like this.
He's
how is
so
it called?
focused.
Ashen or something? Like it's jumping on his head?
What?
The bird thing in the background.
Arshin. Got it.
Ashen, yeah. When he has his head down, he's like on his head.
Like I'm a terrible teacher and I make them sit with their heads down. Everyone in the corner. All right, what you got, Steve?
I can share. I did something completely different because I realized the Archon that's behind me was my original one that I was going to use, and then I started playing around earlier and I decided that I didn't like it. And now after the tutorial, I realized I probably would have liked it, but now I've done something different. So I've done this.
Oh. Is that from Go? What have you done?
Yeah, I literally I took a picture earlier, just like by covering my hand, and then I put exposure on it to make the background white rather than black, and then I just enhanced some of the features and then put the HexDex stuff on top.
Gotcha. It definitely makes the text a lot easier to read.
Yeah, I thought I'd go with something different.
Do you really have a Hundo shiny Umbreon?
Yeah, I got it on Kanto Day.
Oh my god.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I'm walking my Hundo non-shiny Umbreon right now for Ultra League, but it's not shiny. Would have been a nice. Would have been a nice.
I'm jealous.
I have a Hundo shiny.
I was so happy.
I can imagine.
Yeah, but I agree.
I've never had a Shundo before, and I got 2 Shundos that day. I got that Shundo Eevee that I got into an Umbreon, and I got a Shundo Tauros from a raid.
Wow.
It was a crazy day.
I think the Archon photo would come out fine, or the Archon photo.
Yeah, now we've done it, I think it would look quite nice actually. When I put the HexDex background on it before, I was stenciling it before. I was like, oh, you can't really see it too much because of the darkness from the trees.
It's definitely
and
one
then
of those,
actually,
it's definitely one of those things where it's like that overlay by itself isn't overly impressive until you really put like the text around it. All kind of, it gives it a little more. I've done that too. I've been like, oh, I'm going to use this as a HexDex photo, and then I put the thing on, just like, oh, well, the buildings totally. And buildings are the main thing that are my background, and it's that it disappears very easily into buildings. But once you put some of the other stuff around it, your eyes kind of see it more. I guess it's just like an optical illusion.
Yeah.
All right, Elena, you're getting the Jeopardy music. Such a perfectionist. All right, we're good.
Okay, I'm on it. Give me. Oh.
Science needs perfection.
I guess I had a perfect example of the way my little I like to hide my icon in places. Right.
That is cool.
I didn't.
That's actually really cool.
Okay.
Phonto.
It's going slow. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, so
Someone
I
else
had a
went with
problem.
evolution.
I had a problem with the overlay because I could not see any text in this photo. So I had to put background on it, and I guess it's okay for a first try.
Yeah. You can change the color of the font and then put the stroke around it too. So you could have just made the text white with like a black outline. Would have been probably your only other
like
option with the snow like that.
Also, I could not even see where the lines went. I'm not even sure. But yeah, no, I think I put it in the right place, right?
Yeah. And you said you needed.
I want you to see.
You said you needed the darker one, but I think that you can see that just fine. Because it's not supposed to be like a solid image. Like it's supposed to be kind of like that virtual AR holographic lens type look. So you don't need to see like the hard lines.
I think I'll leave it like this because now I like it, but yeah.
Is that your watermark on the tree too? I'm assuming that's a tree.
Oh yes, and by the way, it's not in the right place, so I don't know what I'm gonna do now.
Oh, I like
just
it.
leave it like that.
It kind of looks like a sticker on the tree. I like
it looks like a sticker.
Like without this thingy, I could not place the watermark on the right place, so I just left it there.
Man, that just gave me such a great idea. Like, what if I just printed out like a whole bunch of like my logos as like stickers and just tagged buildings in Charlotte before I took my picture?
Wouldn't that be vandalism?
Have you seen a city?
There's all over, but that doesn't mean that it's legal.
I mean, I wouldn't put it on like, a business window or something, but like on like a trash can or something, or the back of a street sign, where all the delinquent skateboarders put their stickers.
You can do it, but
I can't. And now, because of that tone, I'm gonna do it at least once.
Okay, this is definitely an American thing because Joe agrees with you. Sticker bomb thing.
I mean, Joe out in California. I mean, how many stickers are on things out there? Like, I can't even imagine.
There are a lot, but that doesn't make it right to just put on stickers everywhere. I mean, I don't care about stickers being there, but I wouldn't want to get some issues with the police just because someone puts Tuula the Cat stickers somewhere and it's me.
Well, remember, this idea all originated on Tuula the Cat's Twitch channel.
No.
I'm gonna make Tuula stickers until the next time.
I hereby tell all of you, I'm not agreeing on this.
That's marketing.
I'm against it. No.
You put the Tuula sticker with a QR code that scans right to your Twitch channel. How do you think people get famous? You think you just like hang back and that's it?
Yeah,
That's it. All right, before Tuula has a conniption over here.
I mean, if you do whatever you do with the stickers you get from me, that's nothing I can do anything about. But don't make me look the way when you do it. I have nothing to do.
I never knew Tuula was such a goody two shoes. I like to learn so many fun things.
You didn't know?
People. Well,
isn't that typical German thing?
It's gonna pretty much wrap up the tutorial part of this. I think at least for the recording reasons, I'll stop this here in a second. Give ARtographer his first. I mean, we're just barely over an hour. This is like the closest we've ever been to having an hour video. So with that, for people listening in the future, watching, thank you for joining me in the School of AR on our little tutorial using Photoshop Mix and Phonto. It's the worst. Any parting words from anyone else? They're all yelling. You can't hear.
Don't forget to share. School of AR hashtag.
Yeah. Don't forget to follow the School of AR hashtag. Post with it. I've been doing pretty well. I think I forgot last weekend actually, but every Sunday I've been sharing a lot of School of AR pictures.
Yeah, maybe we should start sharing some of the shots from.
Yeah, well, I can only do so much. I mean, you're production now, Tuula, basically. So.
I'm what? No.
You're the production.
I'm not. I'm part of the team.
And yeah, and obviously, if you ever want to join us, always more than welcome to reach out to any of us and get added to the chat and come and join us on one of our tutorials or teach something or hang out or sit in the corner quietly and make weird faces like Elena. I don't know who this is.
I did something. Just let me do it.
Oh, giving out the passwords.
What passwords? There are no passwords on my
There's
phone.
the password for the for the Zoom meeting. It's not big. Anyway,
I just wanted to share that to encourage people to share their Go snapshots. Pokemon Go related.
Look at that tornado shot. That shot is so dope. Oh, that's mine.
Nice. Who's the Totodile shot?
That's Pokepic.
Yeah, Pokepic.
Very cool.
Yeah, he's got some real nice, little on the deeper side of edits, but still some really clean stuff.
It's a she.
Sorry,
it's not a he.
They have.
But it's hard to tell. So, but thanks for telling us.
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to encourage people to use the hashtag because I want to share more snapshots from School of AR that are not from the School of AR team, just from the School of AR team. Like, this isn't some HexDex, Pokemon London AR shout out thing. This is supposed to be something I want to share the work from others. So please feel encouraged, and I will try to add something like a little showcase of the photos in the stream as well, if people want to share and show their photos. Use School of AR on Instagram. Thank you.
Yep.
I just wanted to say that.
And DM Tuula so you can get invited to the School of AR chat if you want to join us. Make her do all the work. That's it. I'm out. I got nothing else to say. Appreciate it, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I don't know if we'll do a hang session at the end of the month. I guess we'll just take a poll and chat later. So we might get an end of the month roundup. If not, end of next month. I don't know if we want to do a monthly or bi-monthly. I don't know if enough happens in the game every month to really like do it. But if people just want to hang out, we'll do them because it's for us first. It's for us first and for y'all second. So let's just put that out there. We do this because we love doing it and hanging out with each other. And the fact that we share it with all of you is just a wonderful bonus you all get. So
that sounds oh my.
Well, I don't know. Tuula's probably in it for the money, but the rest of us, we just love it.
I'm not trying for anything.
All right. We will see y'all next time.